go to your point or whatever, like when I asked you about if they justify it, I feel like that's the same thing that happened with the titles in relationships. Like I feel like when you dating a woman, you know, she be on her best behavior, she put her best foot forward. Essentially, I'm not gonna say the best this foot forward, but I'm gonna just say like the craziness is contained and it's like it's somewhere dormant, it's lying dormant. But the moment you give her the title, all of the shit that was just whatever, it's just like now she uses that. Oh, but I'm your girlfriend, so it's like if you ain't texting back. If you normally don't text back every 20 minutes, you texting back every hour. The moment you're in a relationship, but I'm your girl, but I'm your girlfriend. It's like they start to weaponize it in a way that's like they leveraging it to try to, you know, say, all right, well now that we're in a relationship, all of the rules change. And it's like, as logical as we is, it's like, no. The rules don't, the protection level change, the what I'm willing to do, the provision level change, but I don't fucking change because I gave you a title, but they think that once they get the title, it's like, now I get to take my mask off.
And you know what's funny too, kind of open conversation even more. I feel like as me and my girl has been together longer and years, I feel like certain things should matter less. Like certain like minimal, trivial type bullshit like that. I remember me and her had a conversation where I was like, yo, like, we know almost a decade in. I should never have to hear a conversation, oh, damn, you didn't text it back all day, whatever. Because bitch, you know I'm not fucking doing nothing crazy. You know, I'm busy working, whatever. And same vice versa, like you said earlier. It's never been a time in life that you didn't text you back because I know you working, doing whatever the fuck you're doing. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you didn't text you back, because we are bigger than that. Like, we are past that. And I feel like sometimes they kind of regress into like shit that's, we gotta, how much shit we done been through, and you're going to really direct inquiry or an issue to me talking about, oh, I didn't text you back all day. It's like, clearly I forgot. Or clearly I was busy.
Maybe I just didn't want to fucking talk.
That
like,
too.
Why?
Either way, whatever the option is, who gives a fuck? And that's what I'll be thinking about. I feel like we should be past things.
Huh? I'm just saying, I'm to your point. Like, why am I allowed to just not text back? Like, why does it have to be catastrophic that I'm not texting you back? Like, why does it have to be an issue?
Especially if you got so much shit invested into each other. Now, again, if it's like in the early days, back before, whatever, this and that, again, those type of things, you kind of figure out who you are, see how you feel about certain things, whatever. But it's like, yo, once you pass, I feel a certain threshold, certain shit just shouldn't be conversations ever again, I feel like.
You done with that lit?
Same with like, again, I feel anything like that, like, because again, all those things should only be traced back to like, if you trust somebody. And if you do trust them, there should never be like no stemming conversations from the, oh, why you didn't text back? Where are you at? You didn't call back. But it's like, that shit, because I know I never ask the questions ever, because there's never no reason to.
I mean, it's like, if it's concerning, it's 3 a.m. and you out, and it's like, why?
Well, yeah.
But it's like, if you don't have, if it's fucking 3 p.m., you know I'm at work, you're at work, what the fuck is we talking about? Like, you know, sometimes I find myself, what are we talking about? Like, why is this a thing? Like, but let's getting back to it. We might as well go all the way in on the subject, because like getting back to the justification of the title, I feel like even when you think about it, right? It's like I've said on numerous occasions, like, and it's like a question that I have the answer to, but I still would ask it open-endedly just to give women a chance to just give their logic, because it's like a woman could be single in the crib, she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's doing all of the sort. The moment she involve a man, it becomes wifey shit. Like a nigga be dating like, yeah, she cooking, like she's making dinner, like just can't make the extra plate. Like that extra plate makes it, I'm not about to be out here cooking and cleaning for a nigga. And
my finger, nigga. Yeah,
it's like you doing it already
for myself.
You know, that's like the way I categorize that is like if I'm driving, I'm on my way somewhere, and like this, get in the car, like I'm going there, like this is where I'm going. I ain't about to be your Uber driver. Give me gas money. Now, granted, gas could be contributed, but if I'm going and it's not taking me out my way, I'm not going to make gas mandatory. It would be dope as fuck to get it, because it's like, but if I got to take that trip regardless, it's like I'm not going to say you can't ride with me because you don't got gas. So it's like when they do that, it's like you're doing all of the tasks that would be considered regular tasks.
That you've been doing.
That you're doing every day. But when you throw a man in the mix, it now becomes wifey shit that you are not about to do for a man. And it's like, but you have to feed yourself. And if you like a motherfucker, make a plate.
Yeah, it's something about a woman's brain in society where they feel like, which I'm not even mad. Again, I'm not the type of person, I'm not the guy that strives to reinvent the wheel of society. I just know that men and women are meant to just disagree about certain things, and it is what it is, whatever. But I feel like there's something about women's society where they feel like once a man's involved in a picture, we just owe them. So it's like, so it is what it is. Like, so it's like, why would I continue to do the things by myself if you here now? It's like, I suppose that makes sense to y'all. So it's
No,
okay,
I mean,
cool.
I
like,
get
you
it.
know,
All
like,
right, so I'll say
so-
this, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, like, yeah. So,
No,
yeah,
I'm about to
you-
say, I'll say this. I understand that in totality where it comes down to it. Like, it's no different than when a man say, "Oh, I'm not about to be." I think it is different, but to them, it's no different.
Right.
When a man say, "I'm not about to be paying her bills. She not my woman. Whatever, whatever." But it's like, see, when you dating somebody, they're not fully under your provision and your protection. As a man, it's like when I'm just dating you, like I'm fucking with you, like I look out, I do little shit, right? Because it's so funny, man. I used to think like, I get a chick hair done, get her nails done, buy a gift here and there. It's like, like women, they rave it. Like, oh my gosh, he did. And it's like this small time shit. Now I'm in a relationship and I'm paying all these bills and I'm handling everyday issues and I'm like dealing with big boy problems essentially that come from her life that I'm actually resolving. And it's like that little shit ain't nothing for real. It's like that's like that's not even tricking. That's not even like it's just like it's a little hair money, little nail money. But in the dating world, that shit is like, oh my gosh. He did. And I remember getting the praise and the recognition for doing those little things. But it's like now I'm spending thousands of dollars a month on my relationship. You follow what I'm saying? It's not just for gifts. This is for responsibilities
Lifestyle,
alone.
yeah.
Lifestyle, everyday, regular shit. So it's like, when I think about it, it's like it's a different level of what you're going to get when you're in a relationship versus when you're dating. But if I am dating, I'm not going to be like, well, I ain't paying for nothing. It's like I understand, like it's an exchange. So for her time and attention, I'm going to have to provide sad experiences in order for this dating experience to be a success. But if they just look at it like, oh, I ain't doing nothing, it's like, all right, well, what are y'all supposed to do during the dating? Because I'm not just paying for your time and attention.
Right.
Like, what? So
And-
you not gonna add nothing to the dating experience until you
No.
get in a relationship?
No.
But just think about it, we logical. So it's like when you're dating, you have to understand you are auditioning. It's no different than going on job interviews. You might not be the only candidate that failed out for this position, but at the end of the day, you did apply for the job. So you do have to present yourself in a way that makes you a potential suitor for a relationship. People think that the moment they come out and date, it's like, all right, shut down on all the candidates and I'm not showing you nothing until I get the position. It don't work like that. You
So I
have
get
to
my
audition.
401k in there.
Yeah, till I get my benefits. You ain't getting nothing. I'm not going to. It's like, no, you got to play the game how you want the game to end. If you want to end up in a relationship, you got to go into your dating experiences intending for it to go that way. Show a motherfucker what type of girlfriend you could be. You don't got to be that type of girl all day, every day. In every situation, you just have to show glimpses of it. So a man know, damn, if I was to really invest in her, she going. That's what we do when we paying for little hair, little nails, little shit. We showing you what it could be if we were locked in. But what tends to happen is y'all get stuck at the hair and nails and think like, oh, he did that. And I ain't have to do nothing. And it's like, man, you ended up with nothing because you got that one off or whatever, however long you lasted, but you never ended up getting what you ultimately wanted. And the last thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna pivot on the matter is sidebar. Is just even if you in a relationship, right? This is a complete sidebar. I feel like people be a half version of themselves in a relationship because they feel like they getting half of the person they dealing with. But my philosophy is even when you're dealing with the wrong person, you're still auditioning for the right person. So never give up your morals, never give up your values, never give up your principles, never compromise who you are as a person, and give your best foot forward because at the end of the day, even if you're dealing with somebody, you're getting that relationship experience, your soulmate might be out there. Still work on yourself. Don't just feel like, oh, I'm going to match the energy that's in a relationship, so you're going to be shit, so I'm going to be shit. And that's how you're going to always end up with shit. But if you actually say, you know what, I'm going to carry myself like this no matter what, if that relationship falls, somebody will be watching like, damn, this person was always thorough. This person was always solid. I like how she carries herself. I like the way he carries herself. And then you end up with the person that's actually on your level. But if you go match the energy of the person that was already ultimately beneath you, you end up attracting more people that's like that because somebody that's above that will be like, I would never deal with somebody that act like that. So just think about that. Even when you're dealing with the wrong person, you still audition.